Hi there, and thank you very much for checking out my video. I really do appreciate it. And if you do enjoy it, please smash that like button, and maybe even subscribe. If you want to, of course. Okay, with that being said, let's do this. Angelina Jolie Voigt is a famous actress, producer, director, model, philanthropist, and humanitarian. Known to her friends as Angie or just AJ, Angelina is 5'6" tall and weighs around 119 pounds, with blue eyes and chocolate brown hair. No great surprises there. According to Celebrity Net Worth, as at the end of 2020, she was worth a very respectable $120 million. I'd imagine that's enough to live out a nice comfortable life, wouldn't you? Angelina Jolie was born on June 4th, 1975, in Los Angeles, California. I honestly thought she was born somewhere in the UK. Her father is world-famous Hollywood great Jon Voight, and her mother, Marshalline Bertrand, was also a famous actress. Angelina has an older brother, James Haven, who she's very close to. James was born in 1973, and he's also an actor and producer. I guess it runs in the family. Although everyone knows about her most recent marriage, Angelina has actually tied the knot 3 times, but is now single again. Her first husband was actor Johnny Lee Miller. They married in 1996 and divorced again in 1999 without having any children. Her second marriage was to Billy Bob Thornton, who is also an actor. They married in 2000 but divorced in 2003. Now, as everyone knows, Angelina's most famous marriage was to Brad Pitt. They got married in 2014, but were divorced in 2019. Angelina has 6 children from her marriage to Brad, 3 boys and 3 girls. Her eldest daughter, Zahara Marley, was born in 2005. Charlene Vale was born in 2006, and Vivian Marshalline in 2008. Angelina's eldest son Maddox Shivan was born in 2001, Park Sien in 2003, and Knox Leon in 2008. Her main residence is the impressive Cecil B. DeMille's estate in Los Feliz, Los Angeles. But she also co-owns the incredible Chateau Miraval in France with ex-husband Brad. It's shared because neither wanted to lose it in the divorce settlement. There is also the small matter of her properties in Cambodia, made famous, or notorious, because they were allegedly purchased from a one-time war criminal. Now, if you've seen many of Angelina's movies, you will know that she's a bit of a speed freak. But her car collection is more about luxury and style. It includes a Range Rover Vogue, a Jaguar XJ, Ford Explorer, BMW Hydrogen 7, Lexus 460, a GMC Arcadia, Volvo XC90, Jeep Grand Cherokee, a Cadillac Escalade, Mercedes 450S, and an Audi A8. Amongst her many tattoos, Angelina has the letter H on her wrist, which is a reference to a couple of people she was close to at the time. Her brother, James Haven, and Timothy Hutton. She got the tattoo when she was dating Timothy, but since their breakup she now says it's only for James. Angelina won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress for her performance in Girl Interrupted in 2000. She has also won 3 Golden Globe Awards. And now we come to her biggest movies of all time. Despite her outstanding beauty, Angelina has never really been the #1 female of choice in Hollywood. But there's no doubt she has made some great movies. In 10th place is Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, The Cradle of Life, the sequel to the incredibly successful first movie about the iconic video game heroine. This sequel made $65 million in the United States and went on to gross over $160 million worldwide. Angelina was joined by stars including Gerard Butler, Chris Barry, Noah Taylor and Simon Yam, to name but a few. Filmed in Santorini, Greece, with a budget of around $95 million, the movie was directed by Jean de Bont, produced by Paramount Pictures, and released in the USA on July 27, 2003.
Hello, boys. You're all wet.
Half the world's raiders are already here, and you make us wait.
But you know I can't resist a bit of fun.
Lara, tell us, what's all this fuss about? What does everybody think is down there?
Off the coast of the volcanic island of Santorini, the intrepid archaeologist Lara Croft makes the unexpected discovery of a throbbing golden orb, able to guide its holder to the mythical Pandora's box. As the legendary artifact contains ancient mysteries of unfathomable power, Lara needs to make sure it doesn't fall into the wrong hands, especially the unscrupulous former Nobel Prize winner and now a bioweapons dealer, Jonathan Rice. At number 9 comes a movie I didn't even know Angelina had been in, Alexander, co-starring Colin Farrell, Anthony Hopkins, Rosario Dawson, Val Kilmer and more. The movie grossed just over $34 million in the United States and went on to reach close to $170 million worldwide. Filmed in Thailand on a budget in the region of $150 million, the movie was directed by the great Oliver Stone, produced by Warner Brothers, and released in the USA on November 28, 2004.
But Alexander is simply great. If you ever insult me again, I'll kill you. Mischief in the spring, Persia.
Conquering 90% of the known world by the age of 25, Alexander the Great led his armies through 22,000 miles of sieges and conquests in just 8 years. Coming out of tiny Macedonia, Alexander led his armies against the mighty Persian Empire, drove west to Egypt, and finally made his way east to India. This movie concentrated on those 8 years of battles, as well as his relationship with his boyhood friend and battlemate Hephaestion. Next, we have the car-based bonanza, gone in 60 seconds. In this movie, Angelina teams up with the likes of Nicolas Cage, Giovanni Ribisi, Scott Caan and Robert Duvall. The film grossed over $100 million at the box office and went on to surpass $237 million worldwide. It had a filming budget of $90 million and was based in Long Beach, California. Gone in 60 Seconds was directed by Dominic Sena, produced by Touchstone Pictures, and released on June 11, 2000. In exchange for his little brother's life, the reformed car thief, Randall Memphis Raines, has to do the impossible. In less than 3 days, he has to steal not one, but 50 exotic supercars for the ruthless crime lord Ray Calitri. To stand a chance of pulling off this intricate and time-sensitive Grand Theft Auto, Memphis has to rely on his old gang. His knowledgeable mentor Otto, the old friends Sphinx and Donnie, his reluctant ex-girlfriend Sway, and a band of tech-savvy young thieves. Next comes the first movie based on that famous video game character, Lara Croft, Tomb Raider. Another action-packed jaunt, liberally sprinkled with Angelina's typically memorable one-liners. Angelina is joined by her real-life father, John Voight, Daniel Craig, Chris Barry, and Noah Taylor, to mention but a few. In the USA, the box office for Lara Croft Tomb Raider was a cool $130 million, and worldwide it totaled almost $275 million. Directed by Simon West, the movie was filmed on location in Cambodia with a budget of $115 million. It was produced by Paramount Pictures and released in the USA on June 17, 2001. The orphaned heiress and intrepid archaeologist Lara Croft embarks on a dangerous quest to retrieve the two halves of an ancient artifact which controls time, before it falls into the wrong hands. As an extremely rare planetary alignment is about to occur for the first time in 5,000 years, the fearless Tomb Raider will have to team up with rival adventurers and sworn enemies to collect the pieces, while time is running out. But, in the end, who can harness the archaic talisman's unlimited power? For the next movie, we go back to 2010 and The Tourist. With a big name cast list, Angelina stars alongside Johnny Depp, Paul Bettany, Timothy Dalton and Stephen Burkoff. The movie was filmed in Venice, Italy, with a budget of around $100 million. It was directed by Florian Henkel von Donnersmarck, produced by GK Films and released in the USA on December 12, 2010. The Tourist grossed just over $67 million domestically and close to $280 million worldwide.
I'm Frank.
That's a terrible name.
It's the only one I've got.
Maybe we can find you another.
Okay. What brings you to Venice?
You read spy novels. I'm a mysterious woman on a train. You tell me what my story is.
Elise sits next to an American tourist, Frank, on a train going to Venice. She has chosen him as a decoy, making believe that he is her lover who is wanted by the police. Not only will they need to evade the police, but also the mobster whose money her lover stole. At number 5, we come to the gripping spy thriller Salt. Directed on location in Albany, New York by Philip Noyce, with a budget of around $110 million. The movie co-starred Lee Schreiber, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Daniel Pearce and Hunt Block. Salt grossed close to $120 million at the box office and went on to achieve nearly $300 million worldwide. It was produced by Columbia Pictures and released on July 25, 2010. Evelyn Salt is a CIA agent and highly respected by all, including her boss, Ted Winter. Out of the blue, a Russian spy walks into their offices and offers a vital piece of information. The President of Russia will be assassinated during his forthcoming visit to New York City to attend the funeral of the recently deceased US Vice President. The name of the assassin? Evelyn Salt. Just what is the fraternity? Well, you can find out in this, the number 4 movie, Wanted. An engrossing thriller co-starring James McAvoy as the unlikely hero, Morgan Freeman, Terence Stamp and Chris Pratt. Wanted was filmed on location in the Czech Republic with a budget of $75 million. Directed by Timur Bekmambetov, the movie was produced by Universal Pictures and released on June 29, 2008. The box office revenue reached almost $135 million domestically and topped $340 million worldwide.
Your father died yesterday on the rooftop of the Metropolitan Building. Sorry.
Look, the liquor round's just over there, so if you
Your
want to
father
go...
was one of the greatest assassins who ever lived. The man who killed him is behind you.
A young man finds out his long-lost father is an assassin. When his father is murdered, the son is recruited into his father's old organisation and trained by a man named Sloane to follow in his dad's footsteps. But is this man all that he seems to be? What is the real truth behind the organisation he has devoted everything to? The number 3 position is another sequel movie, Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. With a cast including Elle Fanning, Michelle Pfeiffer, Chiwetel Ejiofor and Harris Dickinson, the movie was directed by Joachim Ronning on location in Buckinghamshire, England, with a budget of $185 million. It was produced by Walt Disney Pictures and released in the USA on October 20th, 2019, grossing almost $115 million domestically and more than $490 million worldwide. Five peaceful years have passed since the demise of the duplicitous monarch King Stephen, and now an unforeseen but joyous event is about to unite the mortal kingdom of Ulstead and the fairy realm of the enchanted Moors. However, once more, odious treason stands in the way of true young love, as malicious envy, unbounded ambition and ignoble thoughts creep into the hearts of men. Now, two neighbouring worlds find themselves divided by fear and prejudice, and sadly, the impending union paves the way for an all-out confrontation. At number 2 we have the assassin couple, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Angelina stars alongside her then husband Brad Pitt, Martin Henderson, Jordana Brewster, Lauren Bacall and others. Directed in Pasadena, California by Doug Liman with a budget of $110 million, the movie was produced by Regency Enterprises and released on June 10, 2005. In the USA, the movie managed to gross over $186 million, with the worldwide figure reaching almost $500 million.
So how's work?
We had a little trouble with the commission. So how's Lara?
Are you looking for a job or something?
You are the job. Had a few problems ourselves. Did you do something new?
I added peas.
Ah, peas. I love my wife, but there are times.
Jane Smith and John Smith are a suburban couple whose marriage has started to go a bit stale after 5 or 6 years. Both wish for more excitement in their relationship, but as it happens, each of them is finding plenty of thrills elsewhere. Both Jane and John are world-class assassins, who will take on perilous missions for the right price, but neither is aware of the other's secret life. Jane thinks her husband runs a successful construction company, and John believes his wife works on Wall Street. And finally, the number 1 slot is held by the original to the sequel we've already seen, Maleficent. Filmed in Hertfordshire, England with a budget of $180 million, the movie was directed by Robert Stromberg and co-stars Elle Fanning, Sharlto Copley, Imelda Staunton and Juno Temple. Just like the sequel, Maleficent was produced by Walt Disney Pictures and was released on June 1st, 2014. Angelina Jolie's top-grossing movie made over $240 million in the USA and close to $760 million worldwide. Not bad, eh?
I must say, I really felt quite distressed at not receiving an invitation.
You're not welcome here.
Oh dear.
A beautiful, pure-hearted young woman, Maleficent has an idyllic life growing up in a peaceable forest kingdom, until one day when an invading army threatens the harmony of the land. Maleficent rises to be the land's fiercest protector, but she ultimately suffers a ruthless betrayal, an act that begins to turn her pure heart to stone. Bent on revenge, Maleficent faces a battle with the invading king's successor, and, as a result, places a curse upon his newborn infant Aurora. Now remember, these are Angelina's top grossing movies. It doesn't mean they are her best. That's a matter of opinion, of course. In truth, and I'm sure you'll agree, there are a few others that we think should have been up there. Let me know in the comments if there are any Angelina Jolie movies that you love but were not in her top 10.